What's going on, everybody? We are
Hello?
live. This is a surprise, so we're just gonna let people come in and do their thing. In the meantime, man, that'd be embarrassing if nobody shows up. That'd be
Imagine. I'd be like, well,
um. Well,
how
guys,
are
if you
you?
are, showing up, just leave something in the chat. We can all talk about stuff. If you got movies to suggest your movies. Zay and I will be having a drink, having a good time.
Yeah. Having a great time. What a time to be alive. As
All right, we got some people in the chat. Alicia says, "Sup? What's up, Alicia? How you doing?"
what up,
Philip
Alicia?
says,
How you
"Thanks for
doing?
telling your mod about this stream." Well, glad you could stop by, Philip. Glad you're here. Knox of Spades says, "Hey, Knox of Spades. We've seen you in the comment sections. Glad to see you around." Scott Gilly says, "Beverly Hills Ninja. If that's a
I've
movie,
heard
maybe
of
we'll have to
that.
check it out."
I've heard
Yeah,
of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be fun. Sarah says, "Hope you guys or have you guys have already watched Wind River." I've seen Wind River. Amazing, amazing movie. Zay, if you haven't seen it, we've got to do it
I've
at some
never
point.
never heard of that movie a day in my
It
life.
it's got
Wind
Jeremy
River?
Renner and
Uh
Elizabeth Olsen. So Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch are both in the movie.
someone I share a birthday with, Elizabeth
Yeah.
Olsen. The twins, actually.
Crystal says, "Hello, happy Thursday to everyone." Yes, happy Thursday to everyone. We are just doing a surprise stream for people to suggest movie reactions. We're going to talk about some announcements that we have coming up. We
Hmm.
did decide that we are going to be doing more live streams more frequently. We had a poll, and every 2 weeks one. So this will kind of be like the first one for every 2 weeks.
Hmm.
We'll host a live stream. We'll be able to get to talk to you guys on our videos. There's always a lot of comments, and I try not to like when we were much smaller, we would respond to like every comment, but now we're at a point where like we'll like comments and stuff, but we don't want to get too much into like responding and stuff and feeling like someone's getting a response and other people are not. So this live stream is a great place to collect your thoughts and put them in the chats and we'll be able to go through them. If you guys super chat, your chat will be prioritized over everyone else's, but that doesn't mean that if you chat, it won't get seen for sure. If we're going through the regular chats, we'll pull them up every now and then, and it has a chance to get seen. So you don't have to super chat for a chance for us to see your chat and pull it up here. But yeah, so this is a great place for everybody to just come and chill and relax. Like I said
Yeah.
earlier, not that many people were here. Zay and I are having a drink, so we're just chilling.
The
Hello.
funniest part about
Mhm.
Phil saying that about the stream, but not telling him is he asked me if I was streaming, and then I said, "Yeah, probably," but I didn't. I didn't tell him that it was the YouTube.
YouTube
Sorry,
channel.
Phil.
Um, Britt Airgood says from Pittsburgh, do The Greatest Showman. I've seen that. Really, really good
I have
movie.
not.
If you haven't, that's something to add to the list. You guys might notice here there is every now and then there's a lot of movies Zay and I both haven't seen. But
Hmm.
if it's more modern, I probably have not probably have seen it, but I have probably seen it over Zay. But there are movies that Zay has seen that I haven't seen. And of course, there are movies that altogether we both haven't seen, especially anything before 2000. Um, Rin says, "Have you guys watched The Sixth Sense?"
I haven't seen it, but I know the ending. I know like the twist
Yeah.
is the problem.
Leave
Otherwise,
a
I would love to watch that though.
leave a chat down below. I've seen The Sixth Sense, but leave a chat down below, you guys, if you think. I wonder if we can figure out how to do polls here. That'd be really cool if we were able to do
Ooh,
polls here
on
because
YouTube.
yeah, because I want to know what you guys think of Zay watching The Sixth Sense, knowing the ending. He hasn't seen the movie, but he knows the ending. Is it worth? Is it still worth it, or should we just skip that? Let us know down in the chat. Daniel says, "Aloha, aloha, Daniel. How you doing?" Amanda says, "RR. It's the best action movie ever." We've seen other React channels do RRR. It is definitely something that we are considering for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne says, "Congratulations on 14K subscribers." Thank you, Dwayne. That means a lot. So cool to have you guys here.
In this list down, I'm writing down some of these movies or the movies that they're suggesting as
Yeah,
well. So
Zay's
we have a
been
list.
collecting all the suggestions. He's gonna write them down.
All of the suggestions. So I got them. Trust me.
Yeah, there's a never ending list, which is good. Safety
Yeah,
Not Guaranteed with Aubrey Plaza. I don't think I've seen that. I don't know that one.
I think she's a good act. I like Aubrey Plaza. She's funny.
She is funny. Just Jason says, "Hey guys, hey just Jason, fellow Patreon over here. Thanks for stopping by." Mash the movie. I've seen that movie around. I've not seen the movie. Zay, have you seen it?
I've heard of MASH, but I have no idea like what it's about or anything. I know nothing
Yeah.
about that movie, so that'd be a good one. We'd be going in completely blind. We like ones
Yeah.
like that.
Okay. Crystal says, "I love surprises." Well, here you go, Crystal. Knox of Spaces. Have you seen Nimona? It's the last Blue Skies studio project. Disney canceled it and Netflix saved it. Nimona. No, that doesn't
Blue
ring a bell
Sky.
to me.
That studio sounds really familiar though. Blue Sky Studios. Oh, they've produced Ice Age, Rio. Okay, interesting. Blue Sky Studios. Huh. I'll check it out. Nimona. Interesting.
Okay, let's see. Um, Drew Cabby, Watership Down, bloodiest G-rated cartoon you'll ever see. I'm interested. I'm
Really?
hooked.
Yeah, that was a great hook, line, and sinker.
Nicole says, "Hello, hello, Nicole." Daniel says, "Dead Poets Society, some kind of wonderful." Dead Poets Society is definitely on the list. Something we want to get to. That's Robin Williams. I know that much. I think it's about a
Okay.
college class or something, or I could be wrong.
Okay.
Some kind of wonder. Have you heard of Dead Poets Society?
I've heard of Dead Poet Society. I've heard of Some Kind of Wonderful as well. I know nothing about them though. So
Okay, I haven't heard some kind of wonderful. So
I've heard of the movie. I've heard the movie's name, but like I said, I don't really know any guys. You can tell my movie knowledge versus Cam's is like I know some. I watch anime, man. That's all I watch.
Neil says, "Dude, The Thin Red Line is the greatest war movie ever made." Okay, cool. That's
Interesting.
good to
Okay.
know. Definitely something to add to the list. I love war movies. I think they're
Oh,
fantastic. MASH as another MASH suggestion.
yep.
Jeff says Paths of Glory by Stanley Kubrick. Yes, we are going to get to that.
Ooh.
We got to get back into Kubrick. There's a few more Kubrick films on the list we haven't seen yet, and
Mhm.
I've enjoyed every one of his works.
Yeah, Kubrick is a legend, and I'm more than happy to get back into more of his content as well. There's a few we guys. The list is it's ridiculous. We have the list of movies that we want to do and shows that we want to watch, and then on top of that, we have like okay, but also Chad has made all these great suggestions, so we're trying to iron it out and get like a clear path, but it just keeps piling. It's
What I
daunting.
find funny is that like our audience is like we've tried this multiple times. So we know that our audience they're generally older folks, of course, not like
Hmm.
old, but like older, like they like the classics, like
Hmm.
they like the classics like the 1980s. 80s I think is the most popular year for movies. I think those movies get the most views and gather the
Yeah.
most people. But like our audience typically is a fan of movies that are lower than the 2000s. And like
Hmm.
we keep trying to be like with like a 2000s movie or like a higher movie
Get the shit out
we
of here.
just did Coco recently. We're like, yeah, maybe everyone wants to see Coco. And then Coco like did not do good. So we're like, let's put out Rambo
We're-
for everybody.
yeah, we're like let's
Um,
bury Coco real quick in our
yeah,
channel. Pretend that
but
didn't happen.
maybe we will. Maybe we'll start to gather an audience of all different shapes and sizes, and we can do more modern movies. Right now, I think we're gonna kind of stick to the maybe early 2000s, but like probably the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s type situations.
Yeah, we'll delve like Cam said. We'll delve into it once we kind of expand. But if you guys want to see those movies, those 80s, 90s movies, early 2000s, then we're gonna give you guys what you want to watch, and you guys make great suggestions as well. So it's not like the movies we're watching we're not enjoying. We're having a blast either way. So you're not twisting our arm.
Yeah. Sneak peek. What reaction is coming out next? Some of you guys might wonder. Well, if you're a Patreon, you already know this. You can get
Mhm.
early access to the next 3 edited movie reactions over on Patreon. But if you want to know what the next movie reaction is, it will be featuring our girlfriends. They'll be there. And all 4 of us will be watching The Princess Bride. Again, you can check that out on Patreon if you want right now, or you can wait a little bit and it'll come out on the YouTube channel next. So get ready for The Princess
Mhm.
Bride featuring our girlfriends. Nicole sends in a $10 super chat. Thank you, Nicole. That was completely she doesn't have any questions. She
Oh
just
wow.
sent in $10. Thank you so much. That really, 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 really means a lot. Um, we will say that one of the reasons why we want to prioritize super chats over regular chats is of course because they're paying money, but also because it's a great way to support our channel. We are working on potential sponsorships and affiliates right now. But
Yes.
sometimes with the copyright system on YouTube and things like that and claims, and sometimes they're harder to dispute than others. Some studios are nicer, some studios just aren't the nicest, but it's a great way to do these live streams to potentially earn a little bit more money to cover the cost of everything we're doing. We are set up as a complete business now. So, everything we're paying for, we're hoping to get some money back. And of course, but we're not asking you for money, but we're just
Mm.
explaining why we prioritize super chats higher. One of the reasons why we want to do more common live streams. And like we mentioned, we might start putting some sponsorship segments in our videos and stuff like that. Because it's more of a reliable way to keep the ship moving. And oh my gosh, are
Well,
you
also,
joking
guys,
me?
make sure if you're gonna do a super chat, even if you say hi, don't just leave
Yeah,
it blank. Man, come
but
on.
but thank you, Nicole. It really does
Yeah,
mean a
thank you,
lot.
Nicole.
You didn't have anything you wanted to say, and you just wanted to throw in a super chat. So thank you. It's really appreciated. It really helps out. Richard with
Ooh.
$50
Woo.
super chat. Oh my gosh, Richard. This one's for
Mm-mm-mm.
you, buddy.
Oh, my bad, Rich. Oh my God, you're gonna put Cameron underneath the table. He took a real drink for that one. Woo!
Woo! Thank you, Richard, so much for the $50 super chat. I love when I know the film backwards and forwards, but the reactor doesn't know anything about it. Classics. Yeah.
Honestly,
Um,
yeah.
there's a lot of movies that like we finish watching and I can just tell, oh, they're gonna love this one. Like this one's gonna be a big one. Like this one's gonna have a lot of people flock to it because of all the twists and turns or things that like it's interesting because you might know a film that you've seen before, but once we watch it, then we know about it too. And
Mhm.
it's interesting to like whether we're going back to see it for the edit or whatever, um, to be able to kind of watch ourselves experience it for the first time and also have that idea of like, oh, you poor suckers have no idea what's gonna happen. My favorite thing looking back on are the jump scares. I love watching the jump scares.
Oh, they're so great too. And they're like there's some of them are so obvious. Like you can see the setup when you're watching the film, like, oh my God, how do we not see that coming? Dude, honestly, watching back on the reactions is just great. Even when it's something like I've seen or maybe Cam's seen, you're watching them react to it. You're like, how'd they not? Or like in their movie, I'm sure Cameron a million times when we watched Game of Thrones was like he knows the whole story front and back. So he was like ready
I
every time, just waiting.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, taking Isaiah through the Game of Thrones experience is one of my most fondest memories of my entire life. Just watching him witness that was so great. I'm so glad we got to share it all with you guys. But
Yeah,
thank
it
you,
was
Richard, so
amazing.
much. Really, 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 really appreciate it. It really helps out. Thanks again. All right. Let's see what we got here. Have you seen Ghost in the Darkness with Val Kilmer? No, I haven't.
No, have
But
not. I've never
we
even
did
heard of that.
we did see what was the movie? Top Secret with Val Kilmer. He was much younger, and
Yes.
that was a
Yes.
really fun movie to do. We reacted to that. You can check that out if you guys want. We got some people in here saying, "Hey, thanks, Eric."
Hey, what up?
Paul, or
Big.
Zay, have you seen Big? Paul Smith recommends Big. I've seen Big. Loved that movie
Bear with me.
with
I
Tom
gotta see the
Hanks.
cover art.
Oh, you would know if you've
Mm,
seen it.
I have not seen Big. I've recognized the
Oh,
cover though. I recognize the cover though, but I've
we
not seen Big.
have to do Big. Oh my gosh, Big is a classic. Uh,
I won't even read the description. I don't even want to read the
oh yeah,
description. So
don't read the description. Devin Swaney says, "Hi from Indianapolis. For Halloween, maybe Basket Case, a horror cult classic that's so bad it's good, but mostly hilariously bad." All right, so
okay.
here's a disagreement that Zay and I have right now. Zay wants us to watch really, really, really bad movies, but like cult classic bad, hilariously bad, like not just like a bad movie, because there's like bad movie and then there's
Yeah.
entertainingly bad. Zay wants us to watch entertainingly bad movies, and I'm like, no, I don't know how that's
Oh,
gonna do. I don't know if we should do it.
they're so great. Like some of the like ideas behind some of these films are just so ridiculous. I have
Yeah.
one that I always suggest to Cameron. He gets
Yeah,
so
he
mad.
wants to do Velocipaster.
It's I don't even honestly. From the sounds of it, it's a Velociraptor that's also a pastor, but I can't even tell you what goes on. I know Cody Ko actually did like a YouTube video on it where he talked about it, like watching it. People have like watched it. It's hilariously bad. It's a terrible indie movie, basically. Or it's a good indie movie, depending on if for some reason the person that produced it's in chat. It's a great movie. I've heard plenty of great things.
Late Night Astral Gaming says, "Hey, you guys are awesome. Newer subs, still getting caught up on your previous vids. Well, welcome, Late Night Astral Gaming. We are glad you enjoy the content, and we hope you stick around."
Yeah.
All right. Bill and Ted trilogy. I haven't seen any of these movies. I will admit, I think I started to watch the newest one, the one that came out like super recently, and then I like just stopped watching for whatever reason.
Who's in that? Bill and Ted.
Keanu Reeves is in it.
I don't know. I know if I've seen a Keanu Reeves movie. I definitely have not seen that.
Yeah. Oh wait, maybe I'm thinking of Wayne's World. I don't know.
I haven't seen Wayne's World either, so
I haven't seen any of them except for like the newest one with Keanu Reeves, whatever that was. I watched the beginning of it and didn't finish.
Interesting. All right.
Let's see what else we got here.
Yeah, these suggestions are pouring, and I'm doing both, chat. I'm keeping up with you guys as well as in these ends. So don't worry.
With Bill Murray, I love Bill Murray.
I'm a sucker for a Bill Murray movie for sure. So, Quick Change. That sounds familiar, but I just don't. I know too many movie names that I've just never sat down and watched. I just hear them and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Okay. All right. Being There, I haven't seen it by the way, but I love Bill Murray, so we'll have to watch that. Being There with Peter Sellers. So I haven't seen this. Zay, I don't think you've seen this.
No.
But we loved Peter Sellers in Doctor Strangelove. We loved him in Pink Panther. We will be doing A Shot in the Dark soon. We want to get to that one.
Yes.
But Being There with Peter Sellers is highly recommended. I've seen it so many times in the comments. So definitely something we've got to get to.
Yes.
Arek says, I came with the underrated movie suggestion, The Cable Guy. Probably the only Jim Carrey movie I have never seen was The Cable Guy. Is The Cable Guy?
Really?
Yeah.
I can say that I haven't seen it. I can't tell you a joke from it. I can't really tell you context of what goes on. I just remember it being on TV and me like maybe scrolling past, watching a couple minutes and then scrolling past. Not saying it's a bad movie. It's just that, again, I don't watch movies typically if I'm by myself because I'd rather play video games. So that's just how it goes with me. So that's a good one though. Cable Guy I've heard a lot about. Oh, another super chat I see just came in.
My goodness. Drop Barracuda with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Again, we're getting to the chats even if you don't super chat, but thank you so much, Drop. It really does mean a lot. Really helps us out. Love the channel, guys. If you haven't seen any of these, I highly recommend Beetlejuice, Parenthood, and or the original Ghostbusters. Zay, I don't believe you've seen Beetlejuice, right? Correct?
I have not seen Beetlejuice. I have seen the original Ghostbusters. Oh, love that movie. It was like a classic movie. And I have not seen Parenthood.
Okay. I don't believe I've seen Parenthood. I can't recall what that would be about if it's not Parenthood. And if it is Parenthood, I don't think I've seen it. The original Ghostbusters.
The only thing about Beetlejuice I know is like you can't say his name 3 times, right? So I think it's something.
Oh, you got one more. Don't do it. You've already said it
Beetle?
twice. No. Say.
Orange juice. Beetle orange juice.
Does that count? Does that count?
No.
I don't know.
What? His name's Beetlejuice.
What did you do? Okay. I have seen Beetlejuice. I have seen the original Ghostbusters, but I don't think I've seen Parenthood. So We'll definitely. You got these written down for Drop Barracuda?
Oh,
Zay?
I got them all written down. Don't worry. And I'm
Great.
working through the chat right now.
Thanks again so much, Drop. Really means a lot. All right. Let's see what else we got here.
There's some
1982
great
Annie.
suggestions, by the way. Yeah, that's another great one. I've never seen it, but I've heard a lot about the 1982. It's a musical, if I'm not mistaken.
Really? Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes. That's
yeah.
tomorrow. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I am aware of it. So maybe that's something we get to. All right, what we got. Some people have been suggesting Buckaroo Banzai. I have
I've
not seen
seen
that
that a
movie.
few times. Not, I haven't seen the movie. I've seen that comment a few times. That's one that's been getting some love in the comments. Yeah, that's one I've never even heard of that movie. So interesting. Buckaroo Banzai. That's a wild title. It sounds like it'd be I don't know, is it gonna be
Japanese Western or something? I don't know.
like a or like a 90-minute spoof type of it's like on a weird spectrum. It could be anything.
Yeah. Just a heads up, guys. Some of our earlier streams have been like 3 hours long. We are gonna try to cap this at about an hour and a half total. It's been 20 minutes so far. Zay's got to get up early in the morning for work, so we're gonna keep that into consideration. Just want to let you guys know. Steve Clark says Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Yes, I want to watch the Bruce Lee movies. I haven't seen any Bruce Lee movie. Zay, have you seen any of them?
No, but I've heard of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. That was actually like one of my uncle's favorite movies. He loved Bruce Lee, So
I will say I have seen the Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris fight. I've seen the fight on YouTube before. So
really, I didn't know that existed.
I think it's in that movie too. But other than that, I haven't seen like any of the Bruce Lee stuff, and I really want to watch them. So that would be really fun to get into. Black Loki says, Cam, you look different. Maybe it's the hair. Thanks. And I'll take that crown because royalty. Speaking of crown and king.
All right, Prince Joffrey.
Another movie reaction you guys can expect. It'll come sooner on Patreon, but it will be out on YouTube at some point. Will be Braveheart. We have seen the movie now. That reaction has been recorded. So get excited for that.
That was a doozy.
That one's
was a
been
great
suggested
movie.
quite a few times. That was a great movie. Plan 9 from Outer Space. This is JP Gibbons. Okay, interesting.
Some of these new names, they don't even sound. They sound like they're gonna be. I don't know. They're so like wild. I've never like Plan 9 from Outer Space. It's such a unique name. Like I wonder what it's gonna. I mean, obviously it's gonna be a space movie, but they sound like almost like an indie movie. Like it's like something you wouldn't expect as a name, but I'm sure it's probably some freaking ridiculously popular, great movie.
Yeah, I know. That's usually how it goes. One of the older movies that we haven't done yet that we want to do is Forbidden Planet. That one gets suggested a lot with Leslie Nielsen.
Really?
And I think it's a 40s movie or something, or maybe it's a 50s movie. It's a pretty old one, but it gets suggested quite a bit. Crystal says yes to Plan 9. So, yeah, see, this is probably something everyone's heard of that we haven't because we were born in 1998.
Yo, the profile picture is killing me from Courage the Cowardly Dog. That's hilarious.
Which one?
That's from Crystals from Courage the Cowardly Dog. That like hunchback.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Steven Springer says, excellent time to check out some classics. The Asphalt Jungle, 1950. Excellent crime caper. Okay. Ice Station Zebra, 1968. Cool espionage thriller. Okay. Ice Station Zebra. That's a cool name. And then Jeremiah Johnson, 1972. Best Mountain Man.
Station Zebra. Let me get that last one. Jeremiah Johnson. Okay, cool. All right. Awesome.
Kevin says the Alien and Aliens movie. I might have seen both, but Zay's never seen either of them, and he really wants to see them.
I want to see them, guys, because I'm trying to stream the game, and Cam doesn't want me to play the game because he's nervous that there might be things alluding to the movies. So the earlier we get those done, the earlier you can see me cry and weep playing a horror game.
Maybe we can do that soon then.
Yeah.
Daniel says, before we get to Daniel, drop Barracuda with a 10 $1 super
Dollar
chat.
super
Another
chat.
super chat. My gosh,
Thank you.
thank you so much. It it truly gets the sweat off our faces. Um, 2 more recommendations. What We Do in the Shadows, 2014 movie, as well as Monty Python's Meaning Life. I heard you guys had Life of Brian already on the list. Okay, let's break this down a little bit. We'll start with the first part. What We Do in the
Mhm.
Shadows, brilliant movie. I've seen most of the show, but I don't even know if you're aware of what this is.
I don't even know what the hell that is. What do we do in the shadows? I sleep personally in my shadows at
The
night,
way
but
I would describe What We Do in the Shadows is The Office, but with vampires. So it's fucking
whoa.
hilarious, bro.
Wait, that's amazing. That sounds awesome. I want to see that now.
Yes, it's great, and they made a show off of it too. But the movie, I think, is the best part. It's so freaking good. And then,
Okay.
so Monty Python. Let's talk Monty Python for a little bit, because I'm sure some of you here might be new from the Monty Python video. You might have just subscribed, or you might just be really interested in the Monty Python movies. We did record our reaction to Life of Brian, so we have
Mhm.
seen that now. That one will be a little bit later on, but it is on the list, okay? Uh, in terms of we've done it, so you'll be
Mhm.
getting it. The Meaning of Life, um, I'm sure we can get to that at some point too. I know that's been suggested quite a few times. But the thing I'm curious about is, would you guys be interested in us doing the Flying Circus series, or are there like specific sketches you think are more important that just do those, or should we like spend our whole time doing the whole show? I've seen it suggested quite a few times. The humor really matches me and Zay's type of humor, so it was something I was interested in looking into, but I don't know if we're gonna do it just yet. Um,
Mhm.
but we do want to explore more Monty Python, that's for sure.
Yes, whole heart. Yeah, because Monty Python's great. They're hilarious. Absolutely
Yeah.
hilarious. So
All right. Thank you again, Drop Barracuda. Livin' Leggin with a 4.99 super chat says, I'm gonna get you,
wow, let's go.
sucker. 1988. Make sure you write that down, Zay.
I'm gonna get you, sucker. That's I can't wait to I'm curious about that one too. That's a wild name.
I wonder if it's spelled that way.
I guarantee it's gotta be, right? The way that Living Legend typed it, it seems like that's how it is.
Well, thank you so much, Living Legend, for the 4.99 super chat. Um, we have that written down now, and that's something that we can look into. Hopefully, it's a good one.
Okay, let's keep going here.
Daniel says, have you guys seen 2012 Dread? Uh,
Mm-mm.
Great remake. I haven't seen any of the Dreads.
There's multiple dreads.
Yeah, Judge Dredd. I know that it's like about a judge who becomes like a um what's it called? He becomes like a vigilante, I think.
That sounds interesting. I've never even. I've heard. Dread sounds familiar, but I've never actually seen anything of it. So I would be down to see those. How many? Do you know how many there are?
No. I know there's a remake though,
Hmm.
and there's an original.
Interesting. All right. That's something to keep in mind. I put it in the list. Absolutely. I put 2012 in there too, because if we're gonna do Dread, seems like 2012 is the one to watch. I don't know if they're like, are they chronological? Like that's the other thing too. Like, do you need to see one to see the other, or like that's we'll have to look into that.
Yeah. All right. Rod says, "Have you seen Dress to Kill or Blowout Booth, or both directed by Brian De Palma? Both very stylish thrillers from the 80s." I've seen neither. I don't even know anything about either. How about you, Zay?
E- no, Dress to Kill or Blow. I've heard of Dress to Kill, but I've never seen it. And Blowout, I've never even heard of before. Stylish thriller from the 80s, though, sounds that's piquing my interest.
Okay, interesting. We'll have to check those out. Crystal. Zay, is that a new haircut? Looking sharp, fellas. Thank you, Crystal.
Indeed, I just got my haircut done on Tuesday. Appreciate
Looking
you noticing.
fresh.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Two hair
Uh,
comments. Let's go.
yeah, yeah. Okay. In Noxus Space, a Swiss Army man, Paul Dano discovered Daniel Radcliffe as a parting corpse with powers so damn good, surprisingly emotional. I've seen the movie.
I have too, sadly,
Did
because
I
I would
show you this?
love to. Yes, we watched it together
Yeah.
because you saw it and you're like, "Yo, you ever seen Swiss Army Man?" And we sat down, we watched it together.
It was
This is years ago. That was so funny.
it was hilarious. But it was emotional. It was a very emotional movie.
It was, yeah, shockingly emotional. I definitely, or surprisingly emotional. I agree with that sentiment because it did like kick in out of nowhere. Like, oh, like, dude, that film is so funny, man. Now I want to rewatch it just because that's so good.
Forming Thoughts says if you're looking for a great Legends movie, watch The Untouchables with Connery, Kevin Costner, Robert De Niro. Amazing movie. I don't know if I've seen that. I feel like I might have, but I don't know for sure if I have.
So Untouchables, I don't think I've seen Untouchables, but I'm very aware of the film. I've heard of it plenty of times, and I was aware that Connery and Costner and De Niro are in it, but I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I've actually sat down and watched that.
All right. What do we got next? Nana says the original Star Trek movies. I don't think I've seen any of the original ones. I've seen
No.
most of the remakes. I don't think I've seen the most recent remakes. I've seen the Chris Pine movies. They're all right, which might
Oh,
be.
really? You watched the newer ones? You've seen
Yes.
the remakes? Really?
I
I
don't
didn't
think
even
I've
know
seen
that.
the newest of the newer ones, but I've seen some of the newer ones. But I think most people would say most Star Trek fans probably don't like it. I could be wrong though, but I don't think they like it.
I could see that. I feel like well, I'll lump them in with like Star Wars fans. And there's like internal beef, but I feel like I feel like there's people that like if I don't know. I'm a big fan of the original Star Wars films. I've never seen Star Trek, so I can't speak for that. I think that the new ones are cool, but I just think that the originals just have so much sentimental value. It's like I feel like it creates almost like a wall. Like it's hard to be, you know. I'll give flowers where flowers are due, though. You know, the films have been pretty great, so I'll give it to them. But it just doesn't hold. It just doesn't have the feeling I feel. I mean, I was also a kid when I watched those. I grew up watching the 6 films. So yeah.
Well, something to keep in mind. Speaking of Star Trek, everybody, just so you guys know, you can watch our full-length reaction to this right now on Patreon. The edited version will be coming soon to Patreon, and that is Galaxy Quest. What a
Yes.
fun, awesome movie that was. Hilarious. Zay and I watched that. We had a blast. You can watch our full length on Patreon right now, and it'll be the next edited reaction that gets uploaded to Patreon. So great watch.
That was a great watch. Watching that made me wish we had never seen Spaceballs because they would have been. I would have loved to watch Spaceballs as well again, like first time watching it, I should say.
Yeah,
But
I'm pretty sure I've seen Spaceballs. I know I've seen a lot of clips from it if I haven't seen it, but I think I've seen the movie.
yeah, that's tough. Movies like that are tough because even if you've just seen clips, you know, if it's been they're usually clips of the jokes, and then it just doesn't
Yeah.
hit the same because you kind of see it coming. But
Yeah. All right, Bernie says, "Hello, guys. Hey, Bernie, how you doing today?"
Bernie,
Let's see. Ren says, "Love the Princess Bride." Well, you should get excited because that is our next reaction coming to YouTube on Patreon right now. And that'll be featuring our girlfriends. So that will be really fun. Quirkburger says, "Breaking Bad. We have started recording Breaking Bad. Our reactions to it. It is a show that Zay has never seen before, that I have seen. So it'll be very similar to Game of Thrones, where I will be here to guide him, provide answers to questions, try not to spoil anything, and Zay will be enjoying the experience as we go for you guys to watch. We have the first season and like the first 2 episodes of season 2 already recorded. But we're gonna work on getting those on Patreon first to get them a little bit ahead. And then we'll start dropping the episodes on YouTube so you guys can check them out too. But I am excited to get through the show.
Bryan Cranston's angry face makes you guys are gonna see a lot of well, not a lot. You guys will see Cam and I laugh, but it's because that face that he gets. Oh my gosh! Oh,
it's like right when Jesse does something stupid and it cuts to
the
him,
bottom jaw pops out.
Yeah.
He's just so mad, and it's just it's so great.
Okay. Blue Dragon says No Country for Old Men and There Will Be Blood, both from 2007. Haven't seen either of them. No Country for Old Men is a movie that Zay and I have talked about on several occasions. Like, should we do this one? Should we do it now? Should we do it now? We definitely are going to get into No Country for Old Men, and There Will Be Blood. We can add to the list as well.
Yes, so that is that. Yeah, No Country for Old Men we've discussed. I'm excited to see that because again, another very, very well-known movie that I haven't gotten to see. There Will Be Blood. I've heard of. I've never actually seen it. I've never even seen, I think, as much of a clip from it. But I am very aware of that film. So
All right.
I feel like an AI. I just keep saying I'm aware of the film and that I've heard of it, but it's true. Like I just hear of films, I never watch them.
Christian says, "Hey Zay, love the haircut."
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I love your iced out pendant of Peter Griffin as your profile picture. So compliment for a compliment.
Jeff says you guys have a knack for including the money shots despite never having seen the movie. Well, not to be insulting or anything. I'm not trying to sound insulting, but by the time that the movie's being edited, we have seen it. But we aren't even the ones that edit the movie. We have an editor, Hussein, and he's a very, 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 very great editor. And I oversee everything. So he'll send me the edited product, and I'll make small, minor changes if I think they need to be made. But I have seen every video that goes up on our channel. And sometimes me and him are both aware of like, oh, we got to have this in there. We got to have that in there. So thank you for the compliment. We do try to put in things that we think you guys really like to see in the reaction.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We do our best to include some, entertaining shots. We're glad that there are the money shots in these films because otherwise, that would suck.
Yeah.
Reaction.
But we've had our fair share of comments like, like, you can't believe you left this out. I think probably the biggest regret, honestly, the biggest regret I have so far in our entire channel on leaving something out was the hot tub scene in Game of Thrones with Brienne and Jaime. We won't say what it is if you haven't seen the show.
Oh, yeah, that is a great scene. That's a very great scene.
That's like my biggest regret on
I forgot that that got cut out.
Yeah, that got cut out. It got a lot of people upset. Drop Paracuda says, "No way, can't believe I cut you guys live. Just discovered Champion 11 the reactions, re-enjoying movies I haven't seen in years." Well, thank you so much for the super chats again, Drop Paracuda, and we're glad you're here live with us too. And we are so happy that you're enjoying the reactions, and being able to re-enjoy the movies that you haven't seen in years as well. We are very happy that we can provide something like that. Richard Lamant says, "Rocky Horror was a great reaction. Rocky Horror was so fun to do. Lots of cleanup, but so fun to do."
Y'all, yeah, listen. I want you to know we finished recording that, I think, pretty late, like 12:30-ish. It was not an early reaction, like 12:30. I had work in the morning. I had to wake up an hour and a half earlier than I wake up for work to clean my room because heaven forbid that my parents walked downstairs and saw rice, confetti. I was still finding confetti in my PC 2 months later. I just cleaned it out completely. That was nuts. That was a great reaction, though. Absolutely blast.
I think one of the fun things is because we had a moderator, one of our moderators tell us, this happens at this point, this happens at that point. Make sure you're ready for this. And it was kind of a guessing game. Like Zay and I are like, now? Do we do it now?
Yeah, like, and then you finally do it. You're like, I think we did it. I don't think we jumped the gun on anything. If anything, we were late on some things.
Yeah. Jeff says Jaws. Well, fun fact. We did react to Jaws, and you can check out our edited reaction to that on Patreon right now. To give you guys a sneak peek on what is on Patreon right now, you can get our full-length and edited movie reactions to The Princess Bride featuring our girlfriends, and these will come out on YouTube next in this order as well. The Princess Bride featuring our girlfriends, Jaws, and Caddyshack. And that was a really fun time. But yeah, you can get our full length and edited reactions to that on Patreon right now. But the edited movie reactions will be coming to YouTube in that order next.
I like that little ad read you're doing. for the Patreon.
I don't know what you're talking about. Blue Dragon says, "This is Spinal Tap, 1982." I've heard of this movie, but I don't think I've seen it. I know I
Never
haven't
heard of
seen it,
that.
but
I know
I
I've
think
never
I've
heard of it. No, no. Sounds like a rock song or something. I've never heard of that before. That's kind of crazy. This is Spinal Tap?
Yes. This is
Huh,
Spinal
all
Tap.
right. All right.
Eric says it's a funny movie. Interesting.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
Amanda says Game of Thrones was amazing to watch you react to. Thank you so much, Amanda. She also says
So classic.
Stargate Universe also might be fun. A lot of sci-fi coming in here, sneaking on in here.
Yeah, I noticed that we're getting definitely a lot more suggestions for these like space-based sci-fi movies, which is cool because that's a dope genre. And obviously we are always open to, exploring genres like that. So that's awesome that we've opened a door into a new area for us to explore, that had a couple movies in it.
Rosalie says Batman 19,660. Just kidding. She says Batman 1966. That'd be wild all the way in the future. I haven't seen the early Batmans. I love the Batman movies, all of them that have come out. I thought they've been really fun to watch. But I haven't seen any of the 60s. I've never seen the Michael Keaton ones either.
I've seen whatever one has the penguin in it.
Oh,
Penguin.
Yeah, maybe
I don't know what
have
one that
seen,
is.
I've seen that. I think I've seen that one too. Like
I've seen that one with the penguin, but other than that, I don't know. I'm not really too good on the timelines of the Batman movies. I know there's a lot like of older. There's been a few older Batman movies, right? If I'm not mistaken, like Batman movies have been kind of throughout the times. Like they made a few.
I mean, he goes back to Adam West, I think was the first, and that was a show.
All right, listen, Cam knows anything that's going to be superhero related. He's going to know it better than I do. So I believe you. That's crazy. He had made a show.
Speaking of something back in the day that you guys might have a good time hearing that we reacted to, it's going to be a while till it comes out. It's probably like eight or 9 movie reactions later. But because we are a bit ahead in how much we've recorded so far, because we want to start trying to being a little bit more consistent for the channel. But we did record a movie reaction, another one with our girlfriends, to The Fly with Jeff Goldblum. If you know anything about my gag reflex, you know that was not a good time for me. That's all I'll say about that.
Oh man. Yeah, that was a great time. That was a great time. You are in for a treat with that one, especially on Cam's end. So
yeah, okay. Paul says Rambo React was good. Thank you, Paul. We're glad you liked it. Gilly says, "Hey from Philippines here. Love your movie reaction. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
A lot." Bernie says, "Need to watch Falling Down, directed by Joel Schumacher. Awesome movie. Haven't seen that one. Falling Down."
I want to say I've heard of it. It sounds familiar, but I can't. Again, I don't know. That actually, I don't know if I've ever heard of that. Falling Down. I don't really know who Joel Schumacher is, so I don't know as a director. So I'd have to look at that. But definitely interested. Okay, put it down.
Kay Carter says, "Hi guys, Ghost World. It's a Gen X classic. Well, we love pleasing our Gen X audience. They're very, 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 very nice to us for the most part. So we will look into Ghost World if that's something you guys want us to see. I'm excited. Let me just take a moment here and just kind of like give out an appreciation statement to how blind I was before we started this channel in like how amazing these older movies are. I mean, I was quite the naive Gen Zer type of kid that was like, I'm not watching those. They're probably bad. They're very old. I was very dumb. And starting this channel, we started to explore these past movies, and it's like reversed my train of thought. Like, I feel like all these modern movies coming out now have been like not the best. And I've gotten such a deeper appreciation for practical effects. I just think that there are so many beautiful classics. I love uncovering more, especially getting to watch them with you, Zay, because we get to add that spice, that Cam&Zay spice that people subscribe to us for. That's the
Mhm.
experience we're both getting as we're watching along. But yeah, I
Yeah.
just I'm surprised by how good they are. If you
Yeah,
can
I
get past
mean,
the camera quality, then you're golden. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, they've been alright.
apologize.
Immediately, just a million messages like, "What?" No, no, they've been great. They have been fantastic. Cam and I talk about it off stream, off camera. I actually even talk about it selfish little plug. I actually talk about it sometimes in my Twitch chat as well, where I say, I used to like if I saw a movie was in black and white, no. And then we got to watch
Doctor
I just lost.
Strangelove.
Thank you. Dr. Strangelove was the one I was thinking of. Like off the
Young
rip.
Frankenstein,
Young
probably one of
Frankenstein.
my most favorite comedies of all time, Young Frankenstein.
Yeah, it's just things I've expanded where it's like there's movies where I would have seen the name, seen the year, maybe even if I see a big name, I'd be like, that's older. I don't want to watch it. I want to watch, I don't know, like everything's big, colorful, super crazy. So it's definitely get appreciation for this older film, the quality, the writing, the directing, and the cinematography, even for that time, being able to capture these beautiful shots for sure.
Yeah, it blows my mind. They should be referred to more, and more people
Hmm.
our age should watch them. I think they would be very, very, very surprised.
Yeah, I
We've
agree.
got
I 100% agree.
Knox of Spades here with the Cali 20 or Canada 20. I'm sorry. Definitely not
You
Cali.
just say cat
No, I didn't say that.
door,
Um
go home.
uh thank you so much, Knox of Spades. Really, really, really appreciate that. Hey, I really appreciate your Brokeback Mountain video. Usually when I hear jokes surrounding the movie, it's homophobic based. It's kind of feeling to watch a fun reaction that isn't mean spirited. Thank you. Well, thank you so much, Knox of Spades. It was definitely an amazing movie. One of the highest rated movies on our channel in terms of like
Hmm.
what we gave it in our rating and our outro. It was a phenomenal experience. I still remember experiencing it, and I even said in the outro that this is one of those movies that when you hear the name Brokeback Mountain, it adds a totally different context to when you think of it again. And I still think of it, and I'm like, yeah, it's still like that title has that special meaning to it now as opposed to before watching it. And yeah, we weren't trying to be like homophobic or anything. We were just watching and experiencing. And at the end of the day, something for everybody to know. We're guys. We're 25 years old.
Yeah.
Sometimes we say jokes and sometimes they might not be at the best time, but that's just how we're feeling in the moment. And we're trying to have a good time and trying to provide some entertainment. Jokes don't work for everybody.
Yeah.
And but they're gonna happen every now and then. But we're happy that it was fun for you. So thank you so much
Yeah.
for that.
And I think that, yeah, like I think with a movie like that, Brokeback Mountain, like it's very easy to try to just make a bunch of like, homophobic jokes, like, oh, like, say, because the movie obviously is about two gay guys. But, you know, one, that's just not how we're viewing the movie. Like we're viewing the movie as the movie. We find, like Cam said, we find areas for jokes that we think are suitable. There's no reason, like, I don't know. I think it's weird to be like, haha, look at them, they kissed. It's like, okay. like, yeah, I guess that's funny to a group of like sixth graders. But like outside of that, like, it's not that like, I don't know. It's a different time too. Like we
There's
live
more
a very modern
opportunities
world.
there's more opportunities for humor and good humor
Yeah.
and like or there's better like that's not first of all that's not even our kind of humor. That's not really that
Right.
funny to us, but there's fun things that you can have humorous moments with that isn't just like being homophobic or whatever. So, yeah.
And like plus I have people in my family that are like gay. I've worked with people that are like I guess I don't know. When you get that real world experience, you're like, yeah, I guess you could take the easy route to try to make a joke, but I don't know. I think we made our point pretty clear on that. Like I said, we make jokes. Sometimes they land with some people, sometimes they don't. We're 25. We're doing our best to please where we can.
But at
But
the
we're
end of
just
the
glad you
day, we're
guys are
making jokes
enjoying
for
them.
each other, to be very, very, very clear.
Right.
When me and Zay are laughing at something, it's because we genuinely find
I
it
think it's funny.
absolutely hilarious, and we're hoping you guys join for the ride as well. But if you don't, we can't help you there. That's you missed out on laughing. That's all we're gonna
But
say.
it seems like most of you do. So that's why we're doing what we're doing, and we're happy to do it. We're glad we can keep you guys entertained and having a good
And
time.
there's a joke we made watching Caddyshack that had us in freaking tears. So get excited for that reaction because that was a really fun movie. JG with a $20. Oh, by the way, thanks again, Knox. Really appreciate it.
Thank
Glad
you,
you had a
Knox.
good time. JG with a $20 super chat. JG, thank you again so much. You always super chat, and we remember that.
Put something in the super chat. Come on, that's the second one.
I know. He could put, or they could put whatever they want in there, but they decided we're just gonna put that in there.
Let this speak for itself.
Yeah.
I said okay.
Yeah. It's like
heard.
imagine you're at Starbucks and someone tips you $20 and you're like, thank you, and they're like, they just go away.
Loud and clear. Got you. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go in the back.
But yeah, JG, thanks again so much. We've seen your name on multiple super chats. We really, 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 really appreciate it. And again, you could have said anything you want. It gives you quite some room to write down, especially with $20. So, and you decided to just send it in. So thanks so much. Really, really generous. Really means a lot. Thank you, JG. Roni says, bruh, modern horrors like Insidious, The Conjuring, Sinister, Hereditary, those are some good modern horror movies. I haven't seen The Conjuring. I don't believe I've seen Sinister or Hereditary or Insidious. I haven't seen any of those.
So I'm going to break this one down. I've seen Insidious. Wait, hold on. Yes, okay. I've seen Insidious up until the newest one, The Red Door, which is coming out. Conjuring, I've never seen. Sinister, I've seen. The first one, not the second one. There's two of them. So I've seen it in the Insidious series. I've seen Sinister 1. So if you guys want us to bring Cameron through that journey, the Insidious series is pretty dope. Like they're very, very cool movies, and they have a new one coming out this year. If it didn't release already. Hereditary is by the same dude that made Midsommar. This was a movie I suggested to you before and that we've seen on lists, but I've seen people let us know, guys. We've discussed that we've seen Midsommar before, that we were going to do a reaction to it. But Hereditary, I've heard good things about. I mean, Midsommar's been on like a million lists for being this super. Wait, is it made by the same person? I just want to double check now. I think it is. I just want to double check. If it's not, then we should definitely do Hereditary. Because the person I recognize,
it's made by the same person.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Ari Aster. Yeah. So I've heard interesting things about Hereditary. I mean, it's maybe, I don't know. I think that The Conjuring would be super dope to do, or Sinister, or the Insidious films for sure.
I want to go
modern.
I don't believe I've seen Sinister. I know I haven't seen the other ones, but I have seen A Haunted House, which is like the spoof that includes those movie elements in it. So I'm aware of like the doll. I'm aware of like the fact that in Sinister there's like someone who can move through cameras and stuff. I've seen the spoofs of those movies, but I haven't seen the actual movies.
Dude, the nostalgia Candace brought up from from A Haunted House. We watched that together, and that was
hilarious.
My stomach was hurting. We were laughing so hard. So keep it in mind especially for modern horrors, because we're looking for horror films. It's hard for us to find ones that we're like, we want to watch, that we think are going to be interesting to people. So I wrote them down. We'll keep them on our radar.
Another sneak peek for you guys. We have reacted to Friday the 13th. The full-length reaction for that will be on Patreon soon. The edited movie reaction for that will be a little bit later. But the original, we have reacted to the original Friday the 13th. And stay tuned for that. Paul says, year one, Jack Black. Have you seen this movie, Zay? I've seen this multiple times. It's hilarious.
Really? I'll be honest, I've never really seen a lot of Jack Black films.
Oh, I love Jack
I've seen
Black.
School of Rock.
Oh, dude, there's so
That's
many
it.
out there. Have you seen Tenacious D?
Oh, I've seen like the ending, because I know the ending scene.
Okay, but you haven't seen the movie.
Like, not like the whole movie. No, I just kind of know that. I know that there is a climax with. I don't want to spoil it for someone that's never seen it.
Sure. Yeah, no, I know exactly where you're going.
You know exactly where I'm going. Yeah. So that scene really rocks.
Yeah, it does, and it's still a good movie, even if you're aware of that scene. But
So
year one
maybe
has Michael Cera. And
no way.
And they're cavemen. Yeah. And it's fucking hilarious. Because they're like,
okay.
I won't tell you too much about it, but they're like Michael Cera's character is really fucking hilarious in that movie.
Interesting. Okay. As y'all know, we writing it down. Did we get another super chat coming?
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Nicole Wong with another super chat, $20. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Nicole. You did not have to do that. You guys are so generous. It really does mean a lot. I don't think I can actually put into words how much it actually means. I have to do a lot of explaining to break down exactly how much it means, but it does mean a lot.
Just understand, it means a lot. And just because I want to answer to this one first, The Killing of a Sacred Deer is a creepy movie. It is. I've watched this with Tina. Tina, if you're in chat, I know she was in here for a minute. I don't know if you've seen this.
No,
have you?
But here's a fun fact. I almost watched this movie, I believe. I don't think I've seen it. I've almost watched this movie because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I watched the movie The Lobster with Colin Farrell. And I thought that his performance was so good. I was like, let me look up other movies that Colin Farrell is in. And this one popped up, but I don't believe I watched it.
Interesting. Okay.
Is he in this one?
Now I gotta check. Now I'm trying to remember because I love. Oh yes. Colin Farrell. Yes. Colin Farrell's in it. Nicole Kidman's in it. And Barry Keoghan. He's in the Batman.
Keoghan.
Yeah, the Batman. Dunkirk. But Killing of a Sacred Deer is a creepy movie. I remember it very well because I actually watched it last year with Tina for the first time because we were just scrolling through. It was there. I would enjoy a reaction with this. I think that you would find it like it's suspenseful for sure. It's a very suspenseful movie.
Oh boy, that's it just sounds like I'm gonna gag. I don't know, something about the name of the movie sounds like I'm gonna gag. I don't like gag.
I'll give you this. You will not gag. It's not, from what I remember, you won't gag. It is more just like a oh shit, like what's going on? Like, yeah, it's gonna be like your mind's gonna be racing. So there's gonna be a lot going on if we do get to that, which I would love to get to that. So
okay. Thank you again so much, Nicole. And thank you for the suggestion. Something to definitely look into because Colin Farrell.
Yes,
I love his work. Everything I've seen with him, he's been amazing.
Mm.
Drop Barracuda coming in with another $20 super chat. Thank you so much. He did 20, 10, and now 20. He says he had to round up the total. You didn't have to do anything, my good friend. But thank you so much for that. It really does, again, mean so much. Additional suggestions, he says, Serenity, What Dreams May Come, and Hannibal the series. So, I haven't seen Serenity, I haven't seen What Dreams May Come, and I haven't seen Hannibal the series. Zay, I don't believe you've seen Silence of the Lambs. I've seen that, but I don't think you have, Zay. I could be wrong.
I've seen bits and pieces of it. Here's the problem: is that I've seen bits and pieces, and like with the Hannibal series, like there's been times where I'm like, I see the character Hannibal, and I'm like, I don't know if that's from Silence of the Lambs or if that's from the other films. So it would be safe to say I don't really know the storyline of the plot. I know like this much. Like I obviously know who Hannibal Lecter is. Like I've heard the name before, and I know like it's reactable for sure. I would say.
Okay.
Definitely reactable.
But he's talking about the series. So
I know I haven't seen like
me neither.
however other films there are. So no.
What about Serenity? Well, no, I think there's a Hannibal TV series.
Oh, there's a Hannibal series. Oh, I thought they were on the movies. Oh, series? No, I've never seen the series at all.
Have you seen Serenity or What Dreams May Come? I haven't seen either of those.
I've heard of What Dreams May Come, but I've never seen or heard of Serenity.
For a second, I thought What Dreams May Come was Field of Dreams, but I think.
Oh, that's a different film, but that did get suggested. Field of Dreams.
Have you not seen Field of Dreams? Oh, you've never seen Field of Dreams? Field of Dreams is a great movie. I believe that's with Kevin Costner. I could be wrong, but Field of Dreams, bro.
I will ask you a question when we get off of here about Field of Dreams, and that will answer if I've seen it.
Does it involve like a quote?
No.
Okay, because like one of the biggest quotes of all time is from Field of Dreams.
What up, Doc?
An opportunity to be serious, and you chose violence.
Have I ever chosen to be serious?
Okay. But yes, What Dreams May Come and Serenity. Good. You got those written down, Zay? All three of those?
Oh, I got those written down, baby. I got them.
Okay, thanks so much, Drop. Glad to have you as a new subscriber. We hope you're enjoying the content, and we're happy if you are. Daniel with a $20 super chat. Daniel, thank you so much. Shout out to you, Daniel Berg, coming in.
For real.
20 American smackaroonies. Doesn't even have to do that. You could donate $2 or $5. It's still going to be prioritized, but he comes in with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Daniel. Didn't even need to do that with that much text. He has so much room to write, but he only wanted to write this. So extra special here. My all-time favorite horror movie is 1978 Dawn of the Dead. The remake is entertaining too. Good to know. I haven't seen the original Dawn of the Dead. Zay, have you?
No, I've never even seen any of those like Dawn of the Dead films now. I don't know. There's what? The remake. Is there anything else past that? Was there like sequels? In some sense?
I don't know. I know there's Shaun of the Dead, and I haven't seen that.
And I don't. Yeah, I've never seen that either. I just wanted to make sure I was referencing the right thing. So no, I have not. I've not seen Shaun of the Dead, nor Dawn of the Dead, nor Dawn of the Dead remake.
I don't believe I've seen any of them either. But I will say, I played Call of Duty Zombies, and one of their maps was based after Dawn of the Dead. And the characters in there were based after Dawn of the Dead. The lighthouse one, or not the lighthouse, the boat.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't know if it's related to the movie in any way though. But there were characters like there was a filmmaker there, and there was what was it called? A filmmaker and there was, what was his name? I think Danny Trejo was one of the characters.
Yes, he was. Yeah, Danny Trejo was one of the characters in the game. He was 100% one of the guys. That's funny. Good memory. I totally forgot about that.
But I don't remember too much. There's also like a big zombie in there, but I don't know if that's related. I don't know how related that is.
Yeah.
But thank you again, Daniel. Really, really appreciated. It means so much. And shout out to you. Next, we have Road Dank with a $1.99 super chat coming in clutch, sneaking a priority chat in there real quick, saying, all right, let me get my words in there. Road Dank says the entire Man with No Name trilogy. Is that Clint Eastwood or something like that? The Man with No Name? I don't know. I've never heard of this trilogy. I feel like I might have heard of it, but I don't know anything. I don't know anything about it, unless maybe it is Clint Eastwood, and I know that much that Clint Eastwood is in it.
It would be hard to hear about if you didn't have a name. You know what's great too? It's so great because there's no background music, there's nothing. So it's just the painful silence after it. This is what you guys get to experience whenever you see one of our cringy intros or something. Just know that silence occurs right after when one of us makes a terrible joke. It's that. Instead, there's no reaction, background, sound, nothing. Just us and our thoughts. I love it.
Absolute menace.
I enjoy it every second
Man
of
with
it.
No Name trilogy. We'll have to check that out. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Melissa M.
My
I've
God,
seen
another
your
one.
comments, Melissa. Thank you so much for stopping by. You're always
Mm.
so nice, and it's always a pleasure to see what you have to say.
I was gonna send you the ad for the new Exorcist. I just saw it come across my YouTube algorithm like the other day, and I watched it, and it creeped me out. It was a very, it's a lot, a lot going on
In the
in the
trailer,
new
you saw
Exorcist.
the trailer?
I saw the trailer,
Okay. I'll
just the
probably
trailer.
avoid seeing the trailer just to kinda
Avoid seeing the trailer, but it was, they didn't give away a lot, but it was definitely like it set the tone. It set the
Okay.
tone for sure.
Let's read this though. Hi guys, the new Exorcist is supposed to be super sinister and absolute chaos. I can always use a priest, holy water, and a crucifix on some of these little kids on the plane this summer. Yeah. They should have a section in the back for the kids, just completely off in the if you're too loud, you go under the plane. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yes, I have heard that there's a new Exorcist movie. I'm excited to see what it's about. I don't know if it's connected. I'm guessing it's connected to the original Exorcist. We still have to watch number 3. We're gonna skip number 2 because that's like the major contestants. Everyone is like, skip number 2, don't
Yeah.
watch it. So I would be excited to see the new one when it comes out. We'll wait to react to it for sure. What are your thoughts, Say, on the new one? Does the trailer look like the movie's going to be any good? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I haven't like, I think that film is going to be definitely, it's hard though. Here's the thing. Trailers are they're very good at pulling you in, but it's different once you actually get to sit down and see the movie. I actually forget when it's supposed to come out. If it comes out at the end of this year or if it comes out next year. I have high hopes for this new Exorcist film, for sure, though. It's called
Okay.
Exorcist the Believer, is what it's called. The
Okay.
Exorcist Believer. And yeah. So, or no, wait, no. Wait, yes. Yes. Okay. There was conflicting information being given when I was looking at it. Anyways, continue.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Melissa. Extremely appreciated. Glad you brought that up because our Exorcist reaction is one of our most viewed reactions of all time. And it would be super interesting to get into the next ones. So thank you again. And yeah, all right. Really appreciated. Next up, JT's No BS reviews with an Australian, I'm guessing. Yes, Australian $10. Thank you so much, JT. Super appreciated. Of course, as always, I've seen you in the comments as well. Love seeing your comments. Thanks so much for showing up. And let's get to your super chat. Zay, you want to read that one?
Hey guys, love your content. I'm coming in from South Australia. Earth emoji, kangaroo emoji. If you were in charge of casting for a modern day remake to the film Misery, who would you cast as Paul Sheldon and Annie Wilkes? That's tough. That's a great question. That's a pretty cool question, actually. Hold on. Now I gotta think.
Paul Sheldon. Okay, let's break this down. Who would be a crazy female, like a crazy female obsessive stalker, big fan, who gives off that energy? Like, who could really pull that off, do you think, for Annie Wilkes?
Yeah, that's like,
I maybe Melissa McCarthy could do that. I don't know. If she can act like,
it's like that's a fine line because if she can pull it off,
yeah,
it's hard
she would have
to
to
pull
not
it
be
off.
funny.
Right, and she's like known for who's like
Man, that's a
now
really good question. We'd have to who are you gosh, Paul Sheldon. Who would be a good Paul Sheldon? It's so hard because the film is such a classic and they did so well. They both did so well in their roles. It's almost like, how do you like replace them, you know? Like, how
like, because I can't see anyone in Annie Wilkes, position. Like, like it's hard to, like Cam saying, it's very hard to substitute them because of how well they had performed inside of that film. I'm trying to think though. I mean,
Leave. Let's look at some of the live chats. What do you guys think? If you were to
Yeah,
do
what do you got? Yeah, you guys have any suggestions?
for Paul Sheldon and Annie Wilkes, who do you cast? Let's see what some of the people are saying. Amy Schumer and Melissa McCarthy, yeah. Paul
Amy
Giamatti.
Schumer.
That would be funny to see Paul
That would be
Giamatti.
funny.
Richard said Aubrey Plaza. I was thinking Aubrey Plaza, but I feel like
I could see that kind
we
of.
got a lot of people saying Aubrey Plaza. I was thinking Jennifer Lawrence as well.
Ooh, she could. Yeah, she probably could.
Right there. Right there. Gary Oldman for Paul Sheldon. 100%. No doubt.
Okay.
Gary Oldman would be freaking perfect for that role. But if it was Gary Oldman, I don't think Aubrey Plaza would be a good one. Maybe Melissa McCarthy or maybe Jennifer Lawrence. Sarah Paulson. Yes. Gary Oldman and Sarah Paulson. Make them in the Misery remake. Put those two together.
Yeah, bro, because Sarah Paulson's so great already at being creepy. Her being whoa, that was weird. Hello.
You're back? Are you back?
I'm back. Yeah, Sarah Paulson's already great in American Horror Story. She's fantastic at being creepy and weird and off-putting and like, okay. So she would be very, very well casted to be Annie. Like she has that look. She's able to do that like no expression.
Yeah, she can get crazy quick.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying Gary Oldman is too old. Well, yeah. Do you not know what his last name is? Jeez.
I need like one of those canes that you see in cartoons where I hook them and I yank them off the out the camera.
I don't know though. I think Gary Oldman. Okay, maybe Gary Oldman in his prime. Can I say that? Either way, thank you so much, JT. Means a lot. Shout out to you and shout out to Australia. All right. Wanna Tribble McKeechin with the $10 super chat says Attack, starring Eddie Albert and Failsafe with Henry Fonda and Titan A.E. Okay, let's break this down.
I've heard of Attack.
I don't know if I've heard of Attack. I might have heard of it, but I don't know anything it's about. I'm guessing aliens. I don't know. Failsafe. So a lot of people mention Failsafe. Zay, just to let you know, Failsafe is Dr. Strangelove was a comedy about like the government's going to war with each other with nukes and stuff like that. But Failsafe is like a serious version of that. Apparently, that's what everybody says. So that's something to think about as well. And Titan AE, I don't know what the heck Titan AE is. Do you?
Titan AE, no Attack on Titan. I don't get it. It's Titan AE. It's a film. It has Matt Damon in it. John Leguizamo, Drew Barrymore is in it. Jim Brewer, Bill Puffman. Some pretty big names in that, actually. Some really big names in it. Oh, put it on the list, obviously.
Yeah, write these down. Thank you so much, Wanna Tribble McKeechin. Love the name for some reason. And really appreciate the support. Thanks again. Shout out to you, Wanna Tribble McKeechin.
You're gonna want to keep saying it, huh?
Mr. Morecambe. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but thank you with a $20 super chat. Yeah, thank you, Morecambe. Means a lot. Don't know what I just did there.
I don't know.
Yes, if you guys can't tell, I have a voice modulator, which allows me to talk in any kind of way. So thank you, Mr. Morecambe. He says, from one Cameron with a best friend named Isaiah to another. Wow. Great.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Wow. Great job, guys. As a fellow film fan and as a film podcaster, I know how hard it is to be entertaining and sound like you mostly know what what you're talking about. Thank you so much.
I love this comment because you gave us so much credit on thinking that we know what we're talking about.
Well, hold on. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Because in a way, we know what we're talking about. And in another way, we don't know anything that we're talking about. But that's the perfect point of what we're talking about. But we'll get into that in a second. That is crazy that your name is Cameron and you have a best friend named Isaiah. Wow. So shout out to both of you from Cameron and Isaiah. And thanks for the great job. As a fellow film fan, and as a film podcaster, well, if this is your channel, guys, check them out. Maybe they've got great content about film. And I know how hard it is to be entertaining and sound like you mostly know what you're talking about. This is what I got to say about movies, okay? Sure, there are critics, and sure, there are people that go to film class, and sure, there are people that react and they give their thoughts, and sure, there are probably things that some people know more than other, and sure, there are probably better ways to understand how something should be. But at the end of the day, Zay and I are giving our opinion on our experience on what we feel like worked for us and didn't work for us. Period. It's subjective, and we are literally don't give me that face like I'm talking out of my ass. I'm serious, okay?
No, it's I want you to finish because you're gonna see why I'm laughing after I say it.
In my opinion, the best thing someone can do if they haven't taken all these courses or whatever, and they don't know the best or whatever, is to just talk about the way they feel, about the way the movie made them feel. Sometimes they may be on point with someone else. Sometimes they may not. But that's what we're here to do. We're going to react to the movie and just express what we're feeling. We're not coming from an objective standpoint or an educated doctorate standpoint where we're saying this needs to be this way, this needs to be that way. We're just given what we think in the moment. And keep in mind, okay, we didn't just watch a film and go and study it again and like write a report on it. We are literally giving our thoughts seconds to minutes after watching the entire film. So we're riffing on how we feel about it and what we think about it. And that's what it's about. Just a subjective, immediate experience and review on what we watch. And, you know, at the end of the day, if it's art like film, anybody can talk about it and express their thoughts and express their opinions, period. Anybody. And if it's a movie we say was one of the best we ever seen, and you guys say it's the worst thing you've ever seen, that's fine. You can't deny either of those things. They're both factual opinions. So that's my thought on the whole process. It's subjective. We're giving our thoughts, and we love to see yours in the comments.
Yeah. So what I loved about games when you were like, we may not be this, we may be that, it just felt like a coach that was going into like a football game. I was like, look, they're faster, they're bigger, they bench more, they get more women than you. But hey, you're trying your hardest.
They've won like, every game. We haven't won one yet.
We're down 65 points and it's the first quarter. But look, you see those parents out there that with disappointed faces? They're going to support you either way, brothers. So, but I agree with what Cameron said. Yeah, you know, it's, you know, we speak from the heart when we're watching these films. I have a very minor, like, I've taken one film class ever, and I was there because I wanted to watch movies instead of taking an actual college course. So I still had to write about it. So it's like I have some film knowledge, some about like verbiage and how you speak about films and how to reference certain areas. But other than that, man, listen, we're two guys that are like, hey, we want to react to this and we're giving our opinion on it. And we just appreciate that you guys, one, are willing to listen to our opinion, and two, that you guys enjoy watching us react. And that's the best that we can ask for. We did this again. We did this this wasn't a big planned thing. This was, hey, let's record us watching Game of Thrones because you've never seen it, Isaiah. And now we're here. Coming up on 2 years soon later, a year and a half right now, pretty much later. This is where we're at. So we're enjoying it and we're just happy to provide for you guys for real.
Mm-hmm. Thanks again, Cameron. Shout out to you and your friend Isaiah. Jonathan Boblets with a 1999 super chat. Thanks again, all of you super chatters, for your support, and thank you, Jonathan Boblets, for this 1999 super chat we've got right here. You say, so many good suggestions in the chat, but I have to boost Grumpy Old Men that a few people have suggested. You guys could have so much fun with all the jokes. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know if I've even heard of this movie.
I've never even heard of it. So, but if there's a lot of jokes in it, hey, you know how we are.
Yeah,
We always.
love the comedies. So get this one written down.
I
Grumpy
already
Old
wrote it
Men.
down. Don't
He's
worry, I
boosting it
got you.
for many people in the chat. Big hero over here. So we're gonna get that one. Put it in
You
bold.
know what?
Bold
I just copied it. I copied it 1,999 times into the list. For
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you so much, John. Grumpy Old Men. We'll have to check that out. Love laughing at movies. Love and appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Okay. Rodank sneaking another one in here. $1.99. The
I like it.
Professional, aka Leon the Professional. I've never
Okay.
seen this. I've heard
I
a
never
couple
even-
things about this movie. I don't know really what it's about, but I know Natalie Portman is in it. Other than that, Zay, is there anything you knew about this movie?
No, I've never even heard of this movie. So put it on the list. We got it on the list for y'all. Don't worry.
All right. Thank you so much, Rodank. JG, oh my gosh, sneaking on in here with a big Wazo Wango $20 super chat.
Bingo,
Thank you,
bango,
JG.
bongo.
Bingo, bango, bongo. You always come in clutch with this, and we appreciate it so much. What do you have to say? JG says Dark City is a good thriller you'd both like. It has a Matrix Inception vibe, but it's earlier than both and quite good. For horror, Jeepers Creepers and Event Horizon are good. Let's break this down real quick. Okay. Matrix, I haven't seen. Zay has. I'm aware of a lot of things from the movie, though.
I haven't seen anything past the first one, though, just to make it clear for people. Just the first.
Okay, so I haven't seen any of the Matrixes, but I know a lot about the first one. The red pill, the blue pill, he's in the Matrix. I'm aware of like what everyone says about it, but I haven't actually seen the movie. And Zay has seen the first one, but not the rest of them. I haven't seen the other ones as well. So not sure. I get an idea of what vibe you mean by that because you throw in Inception there. I've seen Inception. Zay, you haven't seen Inception, correct? Have you seen it?
I could say I've seen it. Could I remember and tell you a lick about it? I don't know shit about Inception. I've seen, you know what I've seen? The only thing I remember from Inception, because I've seen like bits and pieces, I never really like sat down and watched the film, is I remember seeing a scene where he gets like chest kicked into a bathtub. That's it.
Okay.
I don't even know if that's an Inception.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm speaking about the wrong film.
Okay. Well, good to know. But Dark City is the suggestion. So
I've never seen Dark City either.
If it has a vibe like those two movies, I'm sure it'll be really good. And the name sounds super cool. And for horror, he recommends Jeepers Creepers and Event Horizon. I've seen Jeepers Creepers. My parents used to be like, Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get them cheaper? Like that movie, or maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe someone used to say that. But I think I've seen Jeepers Creepers. I know I've seen, I don't. Yeah, I believe I've seen Jeepers Creepers, one of the versions. I think there are multiple versions, and I don't believe I've seen Event Horizon. I'm guessing.
I don't know if there's multiple versions or just like sequels to it. I feel like Jeepers Creepers just has had maybe there is versions to it. I know Candyman has two different versions, right? Like there's a more modern Candyman, and then there's like the older. So,
have you seen Jeepers Creepers? No. Okay. Well, something to include.
Do you remember Jeepers? Like the theme park, inside theme park type thing? It used to be like Chuck E. Cheese. It's way back. This is the callback.
I don't think
it had a roller coaster inside. Oh, dude, Jeepers was.
Maybe I do remember. I remember going.
It had a roller coaster inside. That shit was tough. Yeah, in the dark. Yeah, you go through a dark tunnel. Yeah, bro. Jeepers was lit. Good times.
And Event Horizon. I'm guessing that's a space movie, but
I have heard of Event Horizon. I don't know anything about it, but I have heard that name.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much, JG. Shout out to you. All right, guys. We've got about 5 minutes left. If there's super chats, we'll get to them. We do want to make some announcements.
Yeah, and just real quick, just so you guys know, listen, I haven't gotten every single movie suggestion because I'm far behind the chat. Like I'm getting as far as I can. We are at 218 suggestions.
Wow. Zay's going to work.
Yeah, trust me, I've been working. I'm trying to get as many as in, but we're going to make some announcements like Cam said, kind of start to wrap it up. I'm going to still keep grabbing the comments as they come in as fast as I can. But Cam, take it away.
Okay, so some announcements, you guys. We will be starting to do live streams more frequently. Every 2 weeks is what everybody voted on. So from 2 weeks from now, expect another live stream. We'll try to keep them more towards the weekend. Where they may be surprises. We may have them scheduled. There might be a theme. It might be more like this. And that should be fun. We do like talking to you guys. We enjoy you guys being here. Thank you so much for showing up. We are considering offering channel members. So I mentioned earlier in this live stream that for us, the idea that, you know, we could get all of our revenue from ads and stuff from movie reactions. It's not the most reliable way because sometimes there's a copyright issue. Sometimes there's an ad monetization issue, and it could really put a dent in things. So we figure live streams would be a good way. We have Patreon that really helps out. And we're also considering starting channel members. For anybody on YouTube that wants to be a channel member, we haven't enacted it yet. It's just something that we're talking about. Potentially, we'll have private streams for channel members. We'll prioritize channel member chats. Super chats will be the highest, but then channel members and then regular chats. Maybe we'll be doing live watch-alongs with channel members, things like that. Some things we're considering. We don't have anything set in stone just yet, but those are a couple announcements. Of course, on Patreon, you can get 3 edited movie reactions ahead. We do plan on having some sponsors pretty soon. We did get approved to be affiliate for a couple companies now. So we may be putting some sponsor segments in our videos, but we're not going to break up a reaction. We'll try to put them in the intro or maybe in the outro or something like that. But keep an eye out for those because that's another way you guys can support us. If you enjoy the company that we're promoting and it's something you genuinely think you can use in your life, make sure to use our link or our promo code, and we can get a percentage of that, and it would really help support the business. But don't do it if it's not something you're interested in. Make sure you're interested in it and you can check it out. But we're not going to tell you what those are just yet. You have to keep an eye out in the videos. But those are a couple announcements there. We've got about 2.5 minutes left. Drop Barracuda says, sneaky final dono. Keep the content coming, guys. Thank you so much. Again, you wanted to round it up, but you threw in an extra 5. So thank you so much, Drop. Really means a lot. Rodank says, why does Cam give me Wesley Crusher vibes today? I don't know if I know who Wesley Crusher is.
Let me see. Let me see who Wesley Crusher is.
Do I give Wesley Crusher vibes?
And guys, yeah, once again, just want to. Oh, he's from Star Trek.
Oh,
let me see. Let me look.
Someone called me a. I saw a comment and somebody. Yeah, I made these eyebrows. I made I can't even do them, but I made eyebrows like this. And someone called me. I think they called me a Vulcan. And I looked it up and I was like, "Hey, don't call me a Vulcan."
No way, someone called you a Vulcan, bro.
Or they called me something like that. They called me. They called me some kind of creature that has really eyebrows that are like that.
And just because I'm scrolling through, copying more of these names onto the list, just so people know, Porky's we have watched. That is a Patreon exclusive, just so you guys are aware.
So we will be putting on Patreon as exclusive, as a full-length reaction for the Bonbons at some point. But we haven't done that yet.
We haven't gotten it there yet, though.
The movie, and it's starring one of our friends as well.
Yes. We have. Let's see. Once Upon a Time in America. That is on our list, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Once Upon a Time in America, because you haven't seen that.
Okay. Melissa says, and thank you so much, Brodank. Melissa says,
yes,
I would definitely become a YouTube channel member. Thank you, Melissa. It really means a lot. We're not sure we're going to set that out yet, but it's something we're talking about. Keep an eye out for it because it is, we do want to try to differ the benefits that we offer patrons and that we offer our channel members. If we do a live watch along on YouTube, you guys can come in the chat while we're watching all the movies together. You'll need your own copy to watch along, but that watch along will probably be uploaded to Patreon as well, but they won't get it live. But so we're trying to have like benefits for Patreons that are different from benefits from channel members and things like that. Drop Barracuda says, LOL, good pitch. Up again.
That was yeah, because you told him you had rounded up, or they had rounded up, and then they rounded it back out.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Okay, well,
clever.
60's a weird number. No, I'm kidding. Thank you so much, Drop Barracuda.
I do want to see. There was a comment that caught my eye. Just real quick, man, because someone had commented. There was a comment that said, now I gotta get all the way back there. Hold on. Bear with me, chat. There was a comment that said something like, have you seen any of the films I've produced? And I was like, who are you? That's what I want to know.
Steven Spielberg in the chat here?
Well, that's where I got nervous. I'm like, what? Some people asked about The Wire. If we've seen The Wire. I've never seen The Wire. Dude, there's so many comments. I won't be able to find it. If you did comment that, I didn't get to see what the name was associated, but give us the name of a film that you produced.
Last thing we're going to address here from TLJ Screwjob. He says, are you guys going to watch the rest of the Rocky and Rambo movies? No rush. We plan on watching sequels to all the movies that we've seen that have sequels that people say that you should watch the sequels to. We're thinking about either just starting to bang out the sequels at some point, or we're thinking about having like a whole month dedicated to sequels to movies that we've reacted to that you guys want to see. Yeah, we are going to get to the sequels at some point. We're trying to think what's the best way of doing it, because we've seen some reaction channels release Rocky, and then their next reaction is Rocky 2, then Rocky 3, Rocky 4. But we feel like if we're doing that, we're kind of taking away from a lot of people that weren't interested in Rocky, and now they have to wait like 2 weeks or 3 weeks for a movie reaction they are interested in. So we're thinking of maybe doing a sequel month where we have like a bunch of sequels to all these movies in that month. Or if we do start banging out sequels, we're probably not going to do a series of movies. Like if we do Rocky 2, the next reaction is not going to be Rocky 3, but we will get to Rocky 3 at some point if that's what you guys want us to do. But yes, we do plan on getting to the rest of these movies because everyone is suggesting them. So yeah,
it's just it really is just figuring out, when to do it. So
all right, well, thank you guys again for being here. We do got to cap it short here. Zay's got to get up in the morning. We did say we're gonna keep this about to an hour and a half. We got so many super chats from you guys. Thank you so much for all the super chats and for all the support. It blew us away today. This was just a surprise stream. Be on the lookout. We plan on throwing another one in here around 2 weeks. We're going to try to keep these streams every 2 weeks. You guys can come in here, suggest more movies, give us your thoughts on the reactions that you've seen. And as long as there's a reaction posted about it, you guys can talk about the movie if you want. So be aware of spoilers from other movies if you're in here. But yeah, feel free to talk about certain things. We might start doing channel members at some point, like we mentioned, and sponsors and stuff like that. But again, thank you guys so much for being here. We got thank you
guys. And guys, just so you know,
Roxanne, okay,
for future reference, it's just that we did the surprise stream today, which is why I had to cut it short because I have work tomorrow. We plan on doing these at a time where we have time to kind of just sit down, relax, chill. There's no cap. Just try to let you guys flood in. We'll get everything. Again, I ended up getting 260 of your guys' suggestions. There was more than that, easily more than that. There's a lot of copies, but we'll, keep working on getting those. I'm working on a spreadsheet that has all of them in that for us. So we'll just keep an eye out, guys. And we'll be trying to get to these reactions as fast as we can and keep pumping it out. So thank you guys so much for the love and support on the live stream as well. It really does mean the world.
Get well. Hope that heals.
Ooh, yes. Get well, Ren.
All right. Good night, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye, guys.